Good morning, everyone. I am here with Mrs. Carmen Peter, our host for today. I am convinced that you all know Carmen, but just in case there's someone new out there watching us for the first time, Carmen, please, good morning. Can you introduce yourself for our audience?
Good morning, Cassandra. Good morning, everyone. So, what could I say about myself, right? I'm a coach mainly for the professional life, even though, as I said, mainly. It means that I accompany my clients in their professional life, whether that will be when you are 20 and you don't know what are the studies that you should do. Then you go later, you have done the studies and you would like to question where's the profile, the job, the institution that you would like to join. Then once you decided, then I will prepare you to pass the selection processes of that institution, company, or organization. Then once you are in, then I accompany you to do well in your professional life and hopefully to make, let's say, progress in your career. And so we continue throughout the professional life. And so I would say this is my main, the work I'm doing, and that obviously I would say, needless to say, I'm very passionate about that.
It sounds like a very, very interesting journey, Carmen, and I suppose it's like ongoing. Do you, in the end, make friends perhaps with some of your students sometimes?
Well, I would not call that, but you are right on that particular point that we are together for so long because there is always something coming in the professional life. So there are people who, well, let me give an example. I have now in preparation somebody, so I coach a Frenchman, let's say, and I was coaching him 10 years ago when he started to I say the position as manager, so first time manager. And obviously he was quite, let's say, anxious about how to perform well in order to do this.
Exactly, to impress, the first important job.
To do well as a manager. And now he came back in coaching 10 years after saying that I'm ready to become a director. So again, I would like to you to accompany me. So that is to say that 10 years after they are still there, and then so
it's a wonderful recognition of your job, isn't it, Carmen? It's beautiful for people to come back after so many years.
Absolutely, it's amazing. And then after so many years, they recommend me to others. So they come back saying, well, I don't know if you remember Katerina that you coached 10 years ago. She recommended me. Gosh, I say, yeah, I know Katerina. 10 years ago I was coaching her. And today or 2 months ago, that colleague of Katerina came in coaching. So it's amazing. It's very rewarding. It's an amazingly rewarding job.
I believe that it's beautiful, and everyone who has worked with you knows that. Why are we today, Carmen? We are here because some time ago on your social media, we have started a beautiful section called Monday Motivation. And so I take the chance to introduce myself as well, because I'm Cassandra Lungo and I'm a coordinator of the social media of Carmen Peter. And just before the holidays, we talked about the possibility of upgrading, let's say, this section, of going a bit deeper into this Monday motivation. And this is the reason why we are here today. Carmen, do you want to tell us more about this?
I was reading one psychologist yesterday, and he was saying that in fact he's educated as a lawyer and he practiced as a lawyer, and then he realized in his practice as a lawyer that the vast majority of difficult situations, right, they get in court are because of the, let's say, lack of emotional intelligence or lack of knowledge of oneself, or lack of knowledge of the others. And because he realized that this is the crux of the matter, then he decided to become psychotherapist. So he went into the psychotherapy from being a lawyer because he saw that this is the fundamental characteristic of the human relations, right? Now, the Monday motivation has a little bit on the same concept that your professional life, there is an aspect of, as I call it, hard skills. That means knowledge, competence, expertise, experience. But there is another part that we could call emotional intelligence, we could call self-knowledge, we call self-awareness, we could call awareness of others, we could call awareness of the relationship and the organizational aspects. And this is a fundamental part of your success in professional life, in life.
Generally speaking.
That is. And because of that, I wanted to help my clients, or the others, as they will become my clients, potential clients, into, I would say, developing more of these soft skills, which certainly would help them better apply, if you want to say, the hard skills, and therefore making not only a more successful professional life, but making a more successful life in general. So
absolutely, and the soft skills are most sought after these days, completely. I think your idea was really beautiful, and our first episode will be February 1st. So what have you prepared for us for next Monday, Carmen?
Oh, well, that's, I think it's a very good wisdom. And then obviously we would like to talk about, so say, to turn it in all directions. So the story, not the story, but the saying goes like this: asking costs just 1 minute of embarrassment. Not asking, it might mean a life of embarrassment. So if you ask, you have, yes, 1 minute of embarrassment, even though we are not sure that is true, right? But let's imagine that you have 1 minute. It's rather in your mind, you will have 1 minute of embarrassment, but it might be that the other doesn't see that way. But if you don't ask, the not knowing, the not learning might mean a life of embarrassment. So I would say that, strangely enough, obviously, is that it comes together with the preparation I'm doing for the selection processes, for the EFSA competitions, for the whatever, ask for advice at your workplace in order, so we're coming back, take courageously that minute of embarrassment. Go courageously through it. Okay, it's a fire, go through it. It's just 1 minute. And then hopefully by asking you learn, and by learning you will move on. And then this, I think that is very important to get in our psyche, that the learning is a process of life, is that constant change, constant transformation. So it's not that I ask and now I stop asking. No.
Never.
Exactly, never. In the same way as you never stop learning, you will therefore never stop asking in order to learn. And I would say that behind or beyond that courage to ask, and let's say to go through the embarrassment, what is important in this saying is that we have to make it as a habit. We have to keep it as a, I would say, daily practice.
Yeah, that would be very interesting, because actually I was listening to you and I was thinking it is obviously very important in our career, let's say in our professional life, but this wisdom that you are sharing, I think we can apply it on so many things on a daily basis. I have friends who are embarrassed to ask for an address on the street. They would rather be lost for half an hour rather than asking someone.
Absolutely. So exactly. So the point is here that the application, if you want, of this saying, it's much beyond, let's say, even, the professional real, but then in the private But I'm thinking about the professional real. I was doing lately some coaching for the situational competence-based interview, obviously, which is the big thing nowadays happening for the competition, for the 87 audit competition. Anyway, so I was preparing with my clients this exam, and in one of these exercises comes kind of constantly the lack of recognition from the management, obviously, the lack of feedback, the lack of appreciation. And the solution I found, I say to my clients, ask for it. As simple as that. Ask for feedback. And the client that I was coaching this morning, he applied it in his professional life. So ask for feedback. And he said that was very kind of, surprised in a pleasant manner, surprised that the manager said, well, everything is okay. So if everything is okay, I don't need to give you feedback. Or my client thought that everything is not okay, and that is why the manager did not give the feedback, right?
Yeah, so, because you're constantly thinking about it and not taking that step and just
exactly. So we are coming to this ask because you clarify things. And here was such an imbroglio, my client not asking because thinking that he doesn't do well, and then the manager didn't know obviously what's happening in his mind, but then for him was obvious that if everything goes right, why he should say anything anyway. And what comes to my mind, it's a real story where a subordinate wanted to leave the job, right, the place, and then he went to the manager and said, look, I decided to leave because I'm absolutely sure that you don't like me, you don't appreciate me, so better me to leave. And then the manager said, but why do you think so? And he said, because you send me in all the most difficult situations and the most difficult tasks. And which for me, it's a very clear demonstration that you don't you don't like me, you don't appreciate me, and so on and so forth. And the manager said, no, it's the contrary. I send you to these difficult tasks because I trust you that you will solve them, right? So look how my client or the subordinate was ready to leave a situation where he was, in theory or in practice, appreciated, but not openly, not in, let's say, verbally by the manager.
Yeah, I guess sometimes we perhaps need a pat on the back. Everyone does need that from time to time.
Yes, and okay, so then coming back to my client, ask, am I doing well? Is that okay? Right? So then probably even people that are not necessarily so, I would say, thinking about or focused on or aware of, they could then come and say, yeah, everything's okay. So
absolutely. That was a fabulous piece of wisdom for this Monday. Thank you so much, Carmen. And we'll see you and talk to you next Monday.
Next Monday. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.